Welcome to the PlaySlotsForRealMoney.com podcast. I'm your host, Brian, with Alexander. So we have not had a core update in several months now. This is unlike Google. Usually they do it at least every 3 months, and we're going on 4 months. Um, what are your thoughts about that?
Well, it's actually quite interesting you mentioned it, the fact that it's missing, because to be honest, I don't think it is, at least not by what I see. So I think the last time we talked, I kind of mentioned that there's not that much volatility as far as I can tell, at least with the websites, with my own ones and the ones that I'm working with. But it's quite the opposite right now. So I've had for the last couple of weeks, it's been maybe even more, I think about a month or so. It started slowly in terms of volatility up until the point where at least I am right now with, say, the Nigerian website. And I've also noticed a similar trend with some of the other Nigerian websites that I work with together, where it could be like a 300% difference between several days. It could be to the upside, it could be to the downside.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
so, and that doesn't really correlate with anything, with any specific actions that anyone is taking. So,
Hmm.
um, whether there is something going on behind the scenes or not, I think that's up for debate. I can also see a similar pattern with the Canadian website, but there it's not that noticeable because the traffic isn't that well comparatively to the Nigerian one. It's not that high. So, but I see mostly the volatility to the upside there. And like some of the local kind of local websites that I work with, like as like a freelance SEO person, I noticed the same thing. Those are kind of local stores, local shops, local internet shops. All of them are kind of pretty much hitting me up saying like, "Hey, why did our clicks drop? Why did that drop? Why did this drop?" So yeah, I mean, there's definitely something going on. Whether it's going to be announced or maybe this is just like a stabilization period after whatever happened before. Not really sure, um, but that doesn't. But the fact that it doesn't correlate with any specific actions, neither on a neither locally nor on a larger scale. I mean, it does go to show that it there is there are things going happening.
Yeah, hopefully it's just that they're experimenting for the next update, and they're going to kick it off soon. Because I have not seen much volatility. It's strange. But I'm not experiencing the same volatility that you are right now.
Mm.
So,
Um, yeah, one thing that I wanted to also mention, it's kind of well in my with my conspiracy theory, it's somewhat related. Did you hear about the thing where Instagram posts and like Instagram content is going to become all indexable?
no, I
So
didn't.
that is the thing as far as I'm aware. I'm not quite sure when exactly that's going to happen, but that's quite a serious. Well, I mean, it makes quite a serious difference because there's like a decade of content on Instagram, and typically Instagram content, apart from some pages, like some title pages, isn't indexed. So individual posts with information in them, they are going to get indexed. Whether that's going to be like a whole large dump of data at once or that's going to happen gradually, I don't know. But I've seen that in a few places. I've read about this, and I think I've also heard about it on some similar SEO discussions. So and it's not going to go unnoticed as far as I can tell. And whether whatever's happening right now might be some sort of a preparation to what that might look like, I don't know. But that's kind of the conspiracy theory that I'm pushing. What that it could be very well related to such a large flood of new information getting indexed all of a sudden.
I had a different conspiracy theory. I thought that they're just focusing on the AI overviews and not having any focus on search. I just think
Mm.
they've been really just targeting AI and trying to catch up to ChatGPT, um, and then really not focusing on the search because I'm not seeing so much change. And it's really I saw a post on Twitter from Barry Schwartz. He asked Google's John Mueller, what's going on, and I haven't seen an answer, but I can't wait to see an answer because it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, yeah, it could be that as well because there's a lot of, I mean, a lot more AI overview answers to questions, which I also use myself whenever I try to find something. But like, yeah, say on the phone, I use this Google AI thing to quickly ask stuff like, I don't know, it's like, can I give my dog apples or something like that? And it kind of quickly just pops up with an answer.
Yeah, it's been, it really is actually accurate. That's, it annoys me because I wish they'd focus more on search again, but it's pretty accurate. They've done a good job trying to keep up with ChatGPT. They're really not up there though, in my opinion. I think ChatGPT is a whole other thing, and it's going to revolutionize how we search.
Yeah, and it's gonna, well, it is already doing that on several
Yeah.
other fronts, so it's definitely on the kind of small scale web dev. It takes up a lot. It takes a lot of burden off off of people. I've been using it myself for the past half a year, and it's been doing pretty well.
Yeah. So what else has been going on in with your websites?
I mean, in terms of any kind of significant updates, I can't really say that there is much other than the same project that I've been working on, which is like the odds comparison page.
Mm.
I've made that kind of I've refined that more, and I'm starting to introduce a new I think I mentioned it a few months before, this arbitrage finder thing. So
Yes.
I'm just thinking about how to kind of how to go launch it in a sense where I I get people to actually register to use it, because I want to put it behind a registration wall and kind of give it out for free, obviously, but at the same time connect with the people that use it to
Yeah.
see what are they doing with it and whether it has real life utility or not. I hope it will, and I'm kind of looking at some different avenues of how to best get the word out. I have a few things in the works, but first I need to kind of finish off the UI, and I mean I do have all the data on the back end. So it's just a matter of like creating a UI that makes sense and that's very simple, gives people just like the bare minimum they need, and it doesn't make it difficult to understand what they need to do.
That's interesting. It's a great way to get people to sign up too.
Yeah,
Get an
because
email.
with a yeah, exactly. With a regular affiliate website, I tried that I tried these pop-ups. I tried all of the different things. Like sometimes, every now and again, somebody signs up to like a mailing list, but it's very few and they're far apart, and likely they're not interested the next day. So here, if it's something that will have utility, then I'm hoping that it would be uh, that it would kind of spread on its own just by people sharing it with each other if they find it helpful.
Nice. Nice. So I've been working on trying to get a website to recover. Right now I'm thinking about stopping it on the current domain and moving it to a different domain because I haven't seen much um, action, positive action. So that's going to be, it's really not an experiment. I think that it's going to work, but it will be a kind of experiment.
Are you going to redirect it, or are you going to just take it down and pretty much just sort of import it with like a new domain on a different hosting or something?
I'm gonna, put it on a different, I'm gonna put it on a different domain, and I'm gonna redirect the domain that's
Mm.
currently there to that domain. So the backlinks will still come through eventually. They'll just be 301s basically. Mm. Um, yeah, so that's what I'm experimenting with. And I haven't decided 100% to do that, but that's where it's going. And hopefully it works. Because there's one website that I've seen a little bit of upside, but it's really not taking off. It recovered from the helpful content update. It just has not gotten back to its old heights. So I'm hoping that this will get back to its old heights.
And this new domain that you're planning to use, is it something that you picked up like on as an expired one, or is this a brand new thing?
Um, I picked it up on the GoDaddy auction.
Hmm. All right. So it has some backlinks on it already, or
Nothing bad.
nothing bad. Okay.
I checked it. Nothing bad. Doesn't really have authority either, but that's fine. Happy to build that up over time.
Yeah, I mean it's relative. I think it's actually a good way to go if you're building out it yourself. At least I've done that with most of my websites, so it's never been an expired domain. I may buy an expired domain and redirect it there, but not the other way around.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. I wouldn't be using the redirects really for the link juice because basically I've disavowed those,
Mm,
so I probably want to disavow them again, and and then yeah. See, this is it's getting a little bit more complicated. Would I actually just go in and immediately disavow those backlinks? Probably not. But over time, as they come in, I would disavow it. Not use the exact same file, but use a close one.
mm. But I mean, but if you do redirect it, do you think? I mean, but what makes you think that? And I'm not saying it won't, but just out of curiosity, what makes you think exactly that it should help if you actually redirect the old one back to the new one?
It's helped others. I've seen other
Okay,
sites.
so it's just like a kind of a case study exists already.
Yes,
Okay.
it's worked like a gem for somebody I know that was hit really hard, and they got way above where they even were.
Hmm, that's
So
interesting.
yeah, it's
Because
gonna be
yeah, go ahead.
no. I said it's gonna be a fun experiment. It really will.
Yeah,
Not
I'd
really an
like
experiment.
like to know how it goes because kind of at first glance, I would think that you'd kind of contaminate the new domain as well if the old one is, but I guess that's not the case.
Hopefully not. Um, we're gonna see. We're gonna see because I'm 90% sure I'm gonna do it. I'm just is it 10% that's just I'm not 100% sure. So I'm just a little nervous because like what you said, I don't want those backlinks to come haunt me, you know. So that
Hmm.
is my latest experiment.
And in terms of the upside that you got from disallowing them on the original domain, what did that look like? I mean, was that substantial enough to well, was it substantial enough to care about this, or was it just maybe some just like some noise on a graph, basically?
Um, I'd say it was a little bit substantial, enough to get my radar up and say this worked.
Hmm.
You know, I could see that this worked because there were no pages indexed. You know, on they were indexed, but they weren't on the top 100. And it after the spam update in December, it started actually ranking for hundreds of keywords. So it worked out well.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice because like I also had similar experience with domain name that I bought. It was an expired one, and I set up a crypto website with it. But after like several, I didn't. Well, to be honest, I didn't invest an awful lot of funds into it, but I did invest quite a well, quite a lot of my time. So I did not